told me you got him.
Well, that's the end of that whole story.
I remember when he told me. I was like, that's very
I
cool.
think I still have the text. Hold on.
We were outside Titmouse in LA, I believe.
I was leaving a recording session and he was up after me. If I had stayed 90 seconds longer, I would have met him. I was pulling away into my rearview mirror. I saw him walking in. Yeah, right? Right?
And who doesn't go, oh, I forgot my sunglasses. I should just head back in.
I should have just walked in. Yeah, I forgot my keys. Can I stare at you for 20 minutes?
That's why you're not a junior Jedi. Next question.
So you guys are turning Mark Hamill into another Joker again?
No, more of a
Impossible Man.
Impossible Man. Yeah, sure. Yeah.
But he looks like the Joker.
Let's not get into what you into. That was your question? That was really your question? All right. He does a couple voices, actually, so there's some non-Joker surprise voices.
I have a very basic question also. Where's Doc?
Where's Doc? Doc suffered a minor injury and could not take the train trip out here. He's very sorry. I'm really sorry he's not up here with us. But yeah, he's fine. He's just recuperating. He's back in New York.
That's it. Thank you.
He loves you, though. He told me to tell all of you that he loves you.
But he told you to tell him individually, so everyone have an orderly queue.
That is a wristband event, so make sure you stop by on the
Hello.
Hey guys. I really appreciate you guys coming out. So, my question is, obviously we kind of realized it took a long time to have the new season come out. Do you guys use any project management techniques or software? Seriously. And if you do... No. I would love to know.
Are you asking the creator of the Venture Brothers if he uses Trello?
There were commissions to use Clarisworks. I think we're still using Clarisworks.
Yeah. What were you in 2-week sprints for season 7? QA, development.
Here's why it takes so long. There's only 2 of us, and so we write it all, and then I direct it, and it takes, I don't know, 11 months or something just to get it animated, and then you're editing it a whole bit. I haven't had a weekend off in like a year and a half, man. And so we can't really write while we're in production, and most shows have a writing team, and they're not the directors, and so like there's no overlap for us other than just like brainstorming. We are talking about the next season now, so maybe it'll be a little quicker this time, maybe not. I also moved. Man, so many things. I moved across the country and stuff, so, and I don't know. Like, we could get other writers and I could get another director, but then it's not our weird little craft project anymore. And I don't know. Sorry. Yeah. Maybe when we learn to sell out better, we'll get like a writer's room.
I can certainly attest when there is various comments made online about what are they just on vacation? They in Hawaii, just sunning themselves.
Yeah.
No, there is no downtime there. You know, and
I got this guy calling me at night after I get home from work at like midnight, going, "Hey, what about the book? We got to finish the book." So,
and then we talk for 7 hours. Yeah.
Oh, and give me a Christmas song.
They asked for the Christmas
When is
song.
it enough for you people?
Don't blame me.
Look, I'll record jingle bells on my iPhone and post it.
I really appreciate you guys. Thank you.
We appreciate you too. I just needed to vent. It's literally the first day I've not been in a room editing for months. I don't even know how to talk anymore.
You're doing good.
Hello.
So me and my friend had to know, is the letters that are left on Sergeant Hatred, were they intentional since it's, DD now?
God, you probably know better than I do. Yeah, no, that was not intentional. That was him going, I'm part of the team, and I can't get the D removed, because the mistake fizzles. That's what he said, right? Yeah. So, but yeah, it's a little extra side joke, right? Fun.
Happy accidents.
Happy accident. Yeah.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Like most VD.
Sorry. VD is a happy accident.
Long-time fan of the show. I just want to know, when it comes to the voice actors, do you, like the Z's I think you've had on the show, Seth Green, Will Patton Oswalt, you just mentioned Mark Allen. Do you guys write for those voice actors? Do you have them in mind? Do they come to the show like, hey, I'd like to be a part of it?
Ooh, pretty rarely do we write for anybody. Every once in a while, and we usually get like stung when we go, oh, Doc is pissed at me for this, for an episode in this season coming up where he's like, oh, I had this kind of thing in mind. I'm like, we can totally get him. I know a guy who knows him. It's cool. We can get him. Write it for him. And so we wrote it for that guy, and then that guy said no.
But there was a character in season 6 that I remember you mentioning you really wanted to get, and you got Think Tank.
Right. Think Tank existed, and then once I think I was writing the script once I thought about Jeffrey Wright for that, and then I kind of leaned into his voice a little more. But yeah,
And I think
he was great. I loved him.
when we record, usually when I'm recording early in the season, you will often say to me, we have this character coming up, and you'll describe it, and you'll just say, if you can think of anybody, or, So there's
Exactly, yeah.
thrown out to the cast, or
That's how
to
we got
5 people.
You were the one who wrote.
Yeah, I knew Kristen Milioti, yeah.
So good.
That's right.
Who else did we get this season? We got Gary Cole,
Yeah.
Rhys Darby, right? Reese. Yeah.
That's right.
Who else? James Adomian came back for stuff.
wonderful.
Yeah. So,
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
thank you.
Hey, guys. Thank you so much for doing this. For working on the show for so long, and knowing everything that you guys know now, if you could go back to yourselves from day one, what advice would you give yourselves?
That's a good question.
I never let that stupid hair happen that I had like 4 years ago or whatever. That was really embarrassing.
I don't know, right? About making the show.
I probably wouldn't ask you to do a Christmas song.
I find other writers early and get okay with it. We never intended to do this by ourselves, and then it just kind of happened. So, I don't know.
I think my Bowie got better as the seasons went by.
I agree. I just watched that aside.
Yeah, so I'd go back and do Bowie again now that I figured I had to do him, which is basically posh Bob Hoskins. You do kind of Bob Hoskins, the Cockney guy, and then you just sort of clean it up a little and talk about going on tour. Actually, that sounded more like a Beatles.
Yeah, you got a little puddly and. Did we answer a question? Yeah. I got no.
There were a couple answers.
I don't know.
I would do Bowie again, and you don't know what you would do. That's an answer.
Yeah, no, my advice to myself would be take a vacation when you're done, because pretending that you don't have time for one just makes you still not get the work done. Like you end up procrastinating during the time you could have had a really good time. Write it down, it's great.
That's really good life advice. Everyone should
Self-care with Jackson Publick.
Yeah, take a minute.
I'd like to thank you guys for showing up, and my question is, are we going to see more of the Blue Morpho and Kano?
Well, yeah, right?
You must have.
We are. Hey, here's something. What is it? Tonight, the Adult Swim campground thing. We are showing the first 2 episodes. So, you're gonna see some Blue Morpho in those.
Blue Morpho figures fairly prominently in this season, in various ways. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. we're opening the season with what should have been last season's finale. As always,
The Venture Brothers way.
So I have a question on the writing process. With Doc in New York and you're now on the West Coast, has that changed the process of how you guys write the show?
I'm sure it will. Most of them were written before I moved, so we haven't really tried it out yet. Weirdly enough, we probably talk more now than we did when I lived there. But like we've definitely been brainstorming. I still mix the show in New York, so I've been going like once a month, and we get together at his apartment and shout ourselves hoarse with whatever the voice of the day is. Last time it was Black Manta, and we were just. So we'll see. I think we have learned to communicate with each other a little better, and so we've always kind of written by ourselves and only gotten together to like do broad strokes and just dick around until we accidentally say something funny and one of us writes it down. We're bad at this. We're not organized to answer that other guy's question.
By the way, I think the guy had a follow-up where he was selling some organizing software. So you talk to him after the show.
What are you? Oh, you're a Thor. Okay. What the hell is behind you? What is that?
I thought it was Jim Carrey's mask.
So great to see you guys. So good to see you all. Thanks for coming. I just had a quick question. So now that Brock is back in the picture, are they going to be going on more adventures, or are they going to be sticking primarily in New York?
Ooh. Well, New York is an adventure.
Yeah, New York's an awesome place. Full of lots of things to do and people to hate you.
That's why we all left.
He didn't spawn the event. I don't know, man. Let's see. There's some event. They pretty much stick in town, but we kind of go to more interesting places. There's some like cool visual, adventure excitement. I don't know if you saw, there's a blizzard. That was hard to do. You'd think that would be easy. I'll do a blizzard episode. Everyone's just like, no, hard.
Cool, thank you so much.
I mean, you kind of don't make that choice unless...
My question is, are we going to see Triana Orpheus again?
No. Spoiler, no, not this season.
All right.
Sorry. We do see her super fun dad.
She lives on in our memories.
I don't know, do you still see like the girl you had a crush on in 8th grade? No?
To answer your question, my name is Mr. Poopy Butthole. And the question I have is regarding that episode when Dr. Venture created that insect serum that made all those women love them.
Spanish
and then
fly.
turned into insects. My question is, were you flattered or insulted when Rick and Morty stole the idea from you?
You know what? I've only heard about that. So I don't know. I haven't seen that episode. I've watched like half the Rick and Morty's. I never saw that one, and I've been asked that question before. I don't know. I guess flattered. My guess is they didn't realize. Like, I think I have a lot in common with those guys. Like this shit happens. Like stuff's in the zeitgeist. You think about the same kinds of things. You make the same kind of jokes by accident sometimes. I know we've made some jokes that like we were horrified to find out we're on like C-Lab 2 years earlier. Nobody at Adult Swim could have told me this when you read the script. So let's say flattered or ambivalent.
Sounds good, thank you.
I'm gonna miss him. Can you just like loom behind everybody? It's so fun to like see you back. It's so creepy. It's like this, like some Legion stuff. Yeah,
Like some kind of green Slender Man.
Like the president.
my one question is, and how did you come up with Klaus Nomi as a bad guy?
That was easy. We just stole from life. Like, who can see that dude when you're like a kid and not go forever memory? Like like this triangle weirdo. And that just came naturally out of doing the Sovereign as Bowie, and Bowie hung with Nomi and Iggy Pop and stuff. So yeah, that was one of my favorite things we got to do.
That's what sticks out in my mind when I think of the children. Klaus Nomi and his big, the pointed shoulders, doing the high pitched voice. I mean, along with Bowie. I mean, that was great right there.
Thank you. It's so much fun to put like weird little things that you ticked on as a kid. And
I think is this our last question? Very quick question if you got it.
No pressure, last question. But if each of you could be a voice actor on another show, what would it be?
Oh, The Americans.
I would go back in time and be a voice actor on Bullwinkle.
Good answer.
Yeah, most definitely. So I could meet Edward Everett Horton, guy who did voices of Bullwinkle. I'm an actor.
When I was a kid, I always wanted to be Optimus Prime when I was a kid. And I would, like, at 12, be like, Autobots, roll. I'd call Toys R Us and they'd be like, please hold, ma'am. And I was like, I'm not a ma'am. Autobots, roll out. It's not good.
Muttley on Wacky Races.
Let's hear the laugh.
So a couple of quick talking points. The Venture Brothers Season 7 premieres Sunday, August 5th at midnight on Adult Swim.
Stop by the sales pavilion at the convention center for Venture Brothers signing tomorrow at noon. And there's also one at the Dark Horse booth at 3.
Yes, and there's
tonight is the big thing. Come to the thing tonight. There's a costume contest of cosplay, Adult Swim cosplay contest. We are screening the first 2 episodes. We're apparently emceeing. We're great at that.
At the campground tonight.
This party.
And there's, Hal, can you read this as White Whale?
Take a break from the action. Experience a relaxing afternoon in nature. With new games, delicious treats, and exclusive merchandise from our new camp store. Free for all fans 18 and up. First come, first served. No RSVP required.
So thank you for coming. Watch the show, right? We're done.
Yeah.
I guess so.